Hey guys, welcome to another episode of VTEC Academy. You're about to get schooled. Hey guys, today's subject is all about thieves. What I'm going to try and help you do is actually thwart thieves who want to steal your car. So today, we're going to put the kill in kill switch. I got it! This is the kill switch we prepared. If you notice, the center lead is actually connected right now to a ground loop. We'll be grounding that one. The next two wires will be connecting to a circuit so that we can short out one of the fuses. The way it's going to work is like this. We have our switch here with the center one connected to the ground. One lead is going to be brought over to the C101 plug number 9, and this one is going to be used to ground this particular circuit. Now, it needs to be on a switch circuit because if it's hot all the time, it's going to blow the fuse immediately. So it needs to be a switched ground. On this particular one, the main relay gets turned on by the computer and it provides power back to the ECU. We're grounding that particular wire. It's at the C101 number 9, and that should pop our fuse to the main relay. On our other side, we're going to be using again a 12 volt switch power. This particular one we're going to connect to C101 number 4. That wire happens to be shared, and one of the things it does is it turns on the ignition power to the computer. That tells you that you've turned the key on. So once this thing is popped, the ECU should no longer receive that ignition signal and won't even turn on and won't even activate the main relay. So either way, if the switch is thrown one way or the other, it should shut off our car. Of course, these aren't the only powers you can use. You could also go in and find the coil power. It has its own fuse. Also the fuel pump, there's a fuse there. Or you might even want to secretly add in a fuse, maybe somewhere where it's hidden, and blow that fuse, make it even a little more difficult. Let's see how this works. So basically I'm going to demonstrate to you how this works. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and find a good area that has a nice solid ground and attach my ground loop. The next thing I'm going to do is I've actually crimped on some small terminals here that have pins so I can actually slide them in next to some wires. So I'm going to show you a couple wires on this K-swap car that you could actually short in order to get this work. I'm not going to recommend that you short them like I do right now. This is just basically to demonstrate what's going on. You're going to want to find an entirely different place to do that, something that's not obvious. So you may wind up opening up the harness, going to a different spot. Okay, I have my ground in. Make sure, by the way, you clean away the paint down there around the ground so you get a good ground. This system only works as good as the ground works. Okay, now what I have here are two different color wires. We're going to find a couple spots here on the C101 plug because a lot of the power run through here. The first one we're going to take is this black-yellow wire right here. This actually controls, I believe it's the fuel injectors. Now, for the next wire, I'm going to come over here to this yellow-black wire right here. This one controls power to the ECU. So I have both my wires in there up against the metal terminals, and they should give me a good connection. All right, I'm going to start off here putting it in the center position. That means it's not connected to either ground. I'm going to have Carter go ahead and start the car. Okay, started up, no problem. Now, if we were to, let's say, get out of our car, reach for our hidden switch, and just flop it to either position, right or left. Let's see what happens now. Okay, you can see now it doesn't start. I don't know if you heard there was a light little pop as our fuse actually blew. Some people might notice it, some people might not, depending on whether or not they're in a hurry. So let's say now our thief has figured out, oh, there's a switch somewhere. He finds it, sees it, he's got a three-way switch. He flips it up to the middle position, tries to start the car again. Of course it won't start because the fuse is blown, so he decides to try the other position too, to see if it starts with that one. Now here's the best part about that. Not only did he blow one fuse, he blew two fuses. So if he's got enough time to try to figure that out, well, you're probably on vacation and you shouldn't have parked your dang car out in the street anyway. But otherwise, if it's a nighttime job, he's probably not going to stick around and dig through the car and try to figure out what happened. And here's something else you could do. You could actually take your fuse and hide it somewhere. You could put one in line there, hide it somewhere, and make sure that's the fuse that's blown. So it's not one that's in either of your fuse boxes. Anyway, I'm just trying to help you hold on to your swap car, because although Hasport would like to sell you more mounts, they'd actually rather see you keep your car and not have it stolen. Anyway guys, thanks for joining me for another episode of VTEC Academy. I hope you learned something. I'll be back again later with some even cooler things to do with these switches and show you what's going on. By the way, if you like what you saw, please consider subscribing. If you've got a swap car, your friend's got a swap car, maybe share the video with him and show him how to properly use a kill switch that actually kills something. We'll talk to you later.